Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to create this beautiful gold, fun, playful eye look, and it's great for parties, for the holidays, for fancier events, and if you want to see how to create this look step by step, then keep watching. I've already got the makeup look on one of my eyes, and now I'm going to begin with the other eye. I'm using the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Gold, and I'm going to apply this right onto my lid. I'm going to be blending it out with my finger, and you can use a brush to blend it out, but I find that the warmth and heat of your finger makes it really easy to blend it out, and I'm bringing it out into my crease just a bit and my tear duct. Now that that's all blended out, I'm going to be applying a matte brown eyeshadow. This is a nice warm eyeshadow, and it's by Stilla in the shade Almond. And I'm going to be applying it with a nice fluffy brush, and this one is from e.l.f. It's the blending brush. And getting some of that product onto the brush, I'm going to apply it onto my crease in nice swift motions. And I'm not going to be applying it so much that it's super defined, but I'm not going to get it too blended out either, just because I want to create a nice shape to my eye, but I don't want to create a harsh line. I want this matte brown eyeshadow to just allow that gold eyeshadow I'll be applying later to sort of blend into it beautifully, and it's going to warm up the lid at the same time. If you don't have a matte brown eyeshadow like this one, you could always use your bronzer, as long as your bronzer doesn't have too much shimmer in it. Now I'm taking that same brown eyeshadow I just applied onto my crease with that fluffy brush, and using a flat brush just like this one, more precise brush, I'm going to apply it onto my lower lash line, giving my lower lash line a more defined shape, warming it up. And by applying this thick line of it, it's going to make your eyes look a little bit larger. And just taking that color, running it over my lower lash line. Next, I'm going to be using this Duo by e.l.f. and I'm using this beautiful brown shade. It's kind of a darker, warm shade with this beautiful gold shimmer in it. It's the duo is called Butter Pecan, and applying that brown shade with a more precise round brush like this one, I'm gonna blend that into the outer corners of my eyes in kind of a V shape, just like that. And I'm going to bring in the leftovers of this product into the rest of my crease, just to give my crease a little bit more of a defined shape. And you don't want to apply too much onto the crease, just enough to define it ever so slightly. And taking down the rest of that product with this brush, I'm going to get it onto my lower lash line, just like I did with the brown eyeshadow I did earlier. After this, I'm going to be taking what I call the star of this look, which is this beautiful gold eyeshadow by Decay in the shade Half Baked. I'm using mine from the Naked palette, but they sell this color separately, and of course you can use any gold eyeshadow that you like. And I'm just pressing this onto my lid with a flat shader brush, and make sure you don't get it too much onto your crease, just because the gold eyeshadow can be a bit overwhelming if you get too much all over your lid. And I'm going to take it into the inner corner of my lower lash line and my tear duct as well. And again, don't bring it in too far into your lower lash line, just because you want a nice, classy look. You don't want your eyelid to be overwhelmed in kind of a sea of gold eyeshadow. And I'm taking that brown eyeshadow I used earlier and reapplying it over my crease, just because I found that that gold eyeshadow caused it to lose a little bit of that definition it had. So I'm redefining my eyelid with that brown eyeshadow. Next, I'm going to be using a black liquid eyeliner by Revlon and just applying this onto my upper lash line, just a nice even layer all the way down. I'm also going to be winging this out and applying it onto my lower lash line, and you can use a gel liner if that's easier for you. And I actually halfway through switched to a gel liner when it comes to lining my lower lash line, just because I find that it's much easier to line your lower lash line with a gel liner than it is with a liquid liner. So you can just use a gel liner from the start, and over here is where I realize it's kind of complicated to line my lower lash line with this eyeliner, so I switched to a gel liner. The gel liner I'm using is from MAC. It's their Fluidline, and it's in the shade Blacktrack, but any gel liner you have will work as long as it's black. And I'm going to be applying it with a angled brush. You could use that flat brush we were using earlier for that matte brown eyeshadow onto the lower lash line, but I find that this angled brush creates a beautiful defined shape onto the inner corners of your eye, elongating your eye and defining it at the same time. And with the excess of this product, I'm just going to rub it down onto the rest of my lower lash line. I'm also going to take it onto the outer corners of my lash line just to connect that wing we have on the upper lash line to the lower lash line, just like that. I'm going to be using a matte black eyeshadow. The one I'm using is from NYX. It's from their Caribbean Collection palette. Any matte black eyeshadow though will work. And taking an angled brush, I'm going to press it right over that eyeliner I just applied, and this is going to create a nice smooth line, going over any imperfections you might have had with that liner. And having a nice smooth line will allow this look to look nice and polished. After this, I'm going to be applying mascara. I'm using I'm going to be applying eyeliner, not mascara. This is a pencil liner from Sephora. It's just a nice black shade, and of course, any black eyeliner will do up in the pencil form. And I'm applying it onto my upper lash line as well as lower lash line, defining it further and making it nice and dark. I'm going to be using mascara. The one I'm using is from Benefit. It's a lengthening mascara. It's called They're Real. And you can apply false lashes if you like. Personally, I'm terrible at applying false lashes, which is why I opted for just a bunch of coats of mascara instead, mimicking that false lash look. And I'm getting it on both my lower lash line as well as my upper lash line. And to really mimic that false lash look, I'm going to be applying a second mascara, and this one is from L'Oreal. It's the Voluminous mascara. This mascara is amazing at thickening your lashes, making them nice and dramatic and dark. This is the Carbon Black mascara from the L'Oreal Voluminous collection, and getting it on my lower lash line as well, and just touching up on my upper lashes. And I forgot to apply a highlight on my brow bone, so I'm going to do this now. And normally I would apply it before the mascara and eyeliner, but of course it's alright to apply it after in case you forgot. And I'm using one from NYX. It's an off-white eyeshadow with kind of a yellow undertone to it, a very slight yellow undertone to it. But you can use any luminescent eyeshadow you like to highlight your brow bone with. Now that I have the eyes done, I'm going to be warming up my face with a bronzer. This is the Nars Laguna bronzer, one of my favorite bronzers. And you can use any bronzer you like as long as it's not one with a ton of shimmer, just because we already have so much shimmer on the eyes. You don't want to overwhelm your face with too much shimmer. Just one that will have a nice warm glow to your face, or add a nice warm glow to your face, like this one. I'll be applying a blush from e.l.f. This is in the shade Innocence. It's kind of a bright pink that's been muted out, kind of sheared out, and I'm going to be applying it right onto the apples of my cheeks with a fluffy brush like this one, just bringing it down a little bit and blending it out in nice circular motions, adding some warmth and a pop of color to my cheeks. After the blush, I will be applying my lipstick, and I will be first moisturizing them with a chapstick. And after I apply this chapstick, I'll be defining them with a lip liner. The lip liner I'm using is one from Estee Lauder. It's a sample I got from them, and it's a kind of a darker nude shade. It looks kind of a bit dark on the dark side, but I'll be blending it out with the lipstick I'll be using, so it won't look so harsh once I get my lipstick on. I'm going to be using two lipsticks. The first one is from Revlon. It's the shade Just Enough Buff, and it's a warm nude shade. And it's nice to get kind of a warmer lip color, just because that gold eyeshadow is kind of on the warmer side, especially with that matte brown eyeshadow. We use that warm brown eyeshadow, so keeping within that warm shade family, I'll be applying this warm nude lip color, and over that, to give my lips a little bit more color, I'll be applying this lipstick from Lancôme. It's in the shade Pale Lip, and it's just a very subtle pink color. And I'm also going to be applying some lip gloss. I'm using one that's a very, very light pink, very pretty. And I'm just going to get a nice even layer all over my lips. It's from Milani. And I forgot the name of this shade, but a list of all the products I'll be using will be linked in the sidebar below, so be sure to check that out. And I'm going to apply this all over my lips. So this is the complete look with eyes, lips, face and all. I added a bit more of a nude lipstick to my lips just because it was a little bit too pink for my liking. This is Nude Attitude by Revlon. I also added a highlight along my upper cheekbones, or the top of my cheekbones and right here. And I used the e.l.f. Healthy Glow Bronzing Powder in the shade Luminance. And I also added some more blush in a different color than the one I used before. I used the shade Glow by e.l.f. Just to give my cheeks a bit of a deeper pink to them. And a list of all the products I used throughout this tutorial will be in the sidebar below, so be sure to check that out. And be sure to check out my channel and hopefully subscribe if you like my videos. And that is it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching.